The B-17 Flying Fortress gets the glory, but it was the B-24 Liberator that actually won the Pacific War, and almost nobody talks about it. By the numbers, the B-24 was the most produced American combat aircraft of the entire war. Over 18,000 were built, more than any other U.S. warplane, ever. And the majority of them flew not over Europe, but across the vast, unforgiving distances of the Pacific Ocean. The reason was simple: range. The B-24 could carry its bomb load over 2,100 miles, roughly 500 miles further than the B-17. In a theater where the nearest target could be 1,500 miles from the nearest airfield, that difference wasn't a technical footnote. It was the entire strategic equation. The 7th Air Force operated B-24s out of bases across the Central Pacific, hitting Japanese-held islands like Marcus Island, Wake, and Truk long before any ground troops could get near them. The 5th Air Force, flying from Australia and New Guinea, used Liberators to strangle Japanese supply lines across the Southwest Pacific. And the 13th Air Force, the so-called Jungle Air Force, flew B-24 missions over Borneo, the Philippines, and the Dutch East Indies, targeting oil infrastructure that Japan's war machine literally could not survive without. At its operational peak, the U.S. Army Air Forces had over 6,000 B-24s in active service simultaneously. Crew sizes ran to 10 men per aircraft. The losses were staggering. Thousands of airmen fell, were captured, or lost at sea over missions that the history books rarely name. The targets were not just military bases. B-24s systematically destroyed Japanese shipping, radar installations, and port facilities across a combat radius stretching from Alaska to Australia. The methodical destruction of Japan's ability to resupply its island garrisons left hundreds of thousands of Japanese troops isolated and combat ineffective. The B-24 was hot, unpressurized, structurally unforgiving, and notoriously difficult to fly in formation. Crews called it the Flying Coffin, but it was available, it was capable, and it could reach targets that nothing else could. When Japan surrendered in August 1945, the strategic air campaign over the Pacific had been fought overwhelmingly by B-24 crews operating in near-total obscurity. Now, was the B-24 actually better than the B-17? That debate is more complicated than you think. Full breakdown coming soon. Hit subscribe.